There is something trending in Ghana about SSNIT selling a 60% stake in its 4 hotels.
There has been intense public backlash over that controversial decision to sell 4 hotels owned by SSNIT to Agric Minister Brian Achampon's Rock City Hotel. That deal had been progressing until the National Pensions Regulatory Authority, NPRA, asked SSNIT to pull the brakes and supply some documents on the transaction. Some Alokujotoa Blackwire and those who are opposed to this deal interpreted that decision as victory. But it appears that might have been short-lived because the minister has been providing updates on this transaction to Parliament today and says NPRA has now cleared SSNIT to go ahead and sell those hotels to Rock City.
So why is everybody talking about this? Even President Akufo is also interested in this topic.
President Akufo has described controversy surrounding the decision to sell hotels operated by the Social Security and National Insurance Trust to his Minister for Agriculture, Brian Achampon's Rock City Hotel, as needless. Speaking at the 12th Quadrennial Delegates Congress at the Trade Union Congress, President indicated that the controversy was simply unnecessary.
I take note in particular of the improved performance of SSNIT, which recently announced a surplus of 230 million cedis on its operations. This should be reassuring to organized labor and perhaps bring into sharper relief the unnecessary controversy that was recently generated by SSNIT's efforts to offload non-performing assets in its hotel portfolio.
Social Security and National Insurance Trust, or SSNIT, is an essential part of Ghana's social safety net. Established in the year 1972, it was designed to provide a secure retirement for workers across the country. Think of SSNIT as a giant savings account where both workers and their employers contribute money. This money is then invested by SSNIT in various projects, businesses, and properties to grow over time, ensuring that when workers retire, they have a reliable income to live on. Over the years, SSNIT has grown into a massive organization owning a variety of assets, including office buildings, shopping malls, and even hotels. These properties are part of the investments SSNIT make to increase the value of the pension funds, ensuring that pensioners receive their monthly benefits. But not all these investments have been successful. In recent years, SSNIT's hotels in particular have struggled financially. To address these struggles, SSNIT decided to sell off some of its hotels. The idea was simple. By selling underperforming assets, SSNIT could focus on more profitable investments which could ultimately benefit pensioners. However, this decision sparked a heated debate.
State assets should no longer be sold, particularly the profitable ones. Historically, since 1966, the sale of state assets have not been in the supreme interest of Ghana. If we have made mistakes as a country since 24 February 1966, when over 300 industries that Kwame Nkrumah established have been sold, all of them have now collapsed. All the claims that were made at the time that the private sector is the best place, they will revamp them, transform them, it will create jobs, all of that didn't work, it didn't materialize. And these state assets, as you know, have just been hijacked for private interests. We cannot keep doing the same thing all these decades and expect different results. It doesn't show that we are growing and maturing and thinking as a country. So we are going to demand that the sale of state assets, and it's going on all over, it's not only our hotels. Our MPs will be revealing to you how some other assets, Ghana lands, are being looted, plundered with impunity. We are saying enough is enough. We are also saying that in any case, the government ought to know that these properties are properties of Ghanaian workers and the Ghanaian people, and they cannot proceed to sell them without the consent of workers and the Ghanaian people.
Critics, including former Chief Justice Sophia Akufo, accused SSNIT of deliberately mismanaging these hotels to sell them off at low prices. She claimed that SSNIT was running down the hotels just like how some public properties in Ghana has been deliberately neglected over time. According to her, the goal was to eventually sell these properties in sweetheart deals, benefiting only a few insiders. SSNIT strongly denied this accusation, calling them baseless and harmful. The organization insisted that the decision to sell the hotels was purely a business move. SSNIT explained that despite some improvements, the hotels continued to make losses and did not contribute positively to the pension fund. They emphasized that their priority was to protect the long-term interest of pensioners, and selling the hotels was a step in that direction. President Akufo Addo also weighed in on the controversy. Speaking at the Trade Union Congress conference on August 20th, he pointed out that SSNIT had recently reported a surplus of 230 million Ghana cedis. He suggested that this should reassure organized labor about SSNIT's overall health and performance. According to the president, the controversy over the sales of the hotels was unnecessary and could have avoided. But this controversy brings up an important point, because decisions made by SSNIT have a direct impact on the lives of millions of Ghanaians.
I take note in particular of the improved performance of SSNIT, which recently announced a surplus of 230 million cedis on its operations. This should be reassuring to organized labor and perhaps bring into sharper relief the unnecessary controversy that was recently generated by SSNIT's efforts to offload non-performing assets in its hotel portfolio. It is my understanding that the transaction that was aborted represented the only occasion in recent history of SSNIT that external investors sought to invest in SSNIT's holdings. All of us need to be measured when it comes to making decisions and pronouncements that would affect the long-term interests of pensioners.
So, as SSNIT continues to navigate these challenges, the focus remains on ensuring that Ghanaian workers can retire with dignity and security. While debates and disagreements may rise, the ultimate goal is clear: protecting the future of those who have spent their lives contributing to the growth of the beautiful country Ghana. And that is all for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you find this video informative, please like, share and subscribe to the channel for more insightful videos like this. My name is Sheriff Haruna. Have a joyful life and see you in the next one. Macrao.